Welcome to Schweppe Mansion, also known as Mayflower Place. Located at 405 North Mayflower Road, Lake Forest, Illinois. This massive estate spans an enormous 24,500 square feet, over 2,200 square meters, towering like a beautiful beast hibernating on the lake shore. Yet, this stunning home was abandoned for 46 long years. Let's go back a century to witness the dark, haunted history hidden deep within this affluent family. Our story begins in 1917, the golden age of the American elite. The mansion was built as a lavish wedding gift from John G. Shedd, the chairman of Marshall Field and Company, one of the largest retail corporations in history, to his beloved daughter Laura Shedd and son-in-law Charles Schweppe, the heir to a beverage empire. This couple was the epitome of power and wealth. The mansion was completed as an architectural masterpiece in the English Tudor style, standing proudly on a plot of land larger than 5 acres. It was so magnificent that they once hosted the Swedish royal family for a visit and a party. And then, not long after, tragedy struck. Laura and Charles lost a child in infancy. The grief of losing a child lingered like a phantom in the expansive hallways, gnawing at their happiness daily. Although they had 2 other children, Jean and John, it seems that coldness had already begun to seep into their marriage. In 1937, the real tragedy began. Laura Schweppe suddenly passed away from a heart attack at her apartment in the Ambassador East Hotel at the age of 58. The funeral was held with great solemnity right at the Schweppe Mansion. But the most shocking aspect was not her death, but the will she left behind. Laura possessed a huge fortune, valued at $10 million at the time, equivalent to hundreds of millions today. Yet, in her will, she only left her husband Charles a mere $200,000. The remaining fortune was divided between their 2 children. Why would a wife treat her husband this way? Had their marriage already died long before she did? Or did she know a dark secret about Charles? Public opinion was rife with speculation, but Charles remained silent. He retreated into the shadows of the colossal mansion, living alone and full of sorrow. 4 years passed. Charles Schweppe lived like a ghost in his own home. His health deteriorated, and his mind was tormented. He frequently suffered from insomnia, wandering through the wide, empty rooms. And then, on the fateful night of August 26, 1941, in the upstairs bedroom, Charles Schweppe took his own life with a gunshot to the head. When the servants found him, they discovered a note left on the bedside table. It was not a lengthy suicide letter explaining his reasons, nor was it an apology to his children. It contained only 2 short sentences, but enough to send a chill down the spine of anyone who read it. "I've been awake all night. It's terrible." The question is, what was terrible? Was it the insomnia that tormented him, or the loneliness? Or did Charles see something in the dark? Something that watched him, haunted him all night long, making him choose death rather than face it for 1 second more? Many believe Charles didn't commit suicide out of grief. He committed suicide out of fear. Following Charles's death, the mansion fell into disrepair. None of their children wanted to live there. A stunning estate, located in a prime lakeside position, was completely abandoned for 46 years. Nearly half a century collecting dust, harboring power over time, the ghost stories also began to spread. It is rumored that Charles and Laura Schweppe, along with their loyal servants, continued their lavish life within the walls of this very house. One of the most chilling stories was recounted by the estate's own caretaker. One evening, while performing a security check around the house to ensure everything was locked, the caretaker saw a figure standing in the backyard. It was a politely dressed man, but with an air of remoteness and sadness. The caretaker approached. The strange man turned and asked a simple question: "How is the house?" The caretaker, thinking this might be a new owner or guest, replied, "Sir, the house is fine. Everything is in order." The man nodded, seemingly satisfied, then turned and vanished into the night. Later, upon seeing old photographs, the caretaker was horrified to realize the man was none other than Charles Schweppe, who had been dead for decades. It's not just Charles. The house's servants are also believed to still walk the long, desolate hallways. Footsteps, whispers, and the chilling sensation of someone breathing down your neck are often reported. The haunting of the Schweppe Mansion is not limited to ghost stories. It's also manifested through telling and unlucky numbers. In the late 80s, a couple bought the house and undertook a massive renovation. It took 70 artisans working tirelessly to restore its beauty, but the house seemingly did not want new owners. The couple subsequently divorced, and the house fell into foreclosure. The house was initially listed for $18 million, a worthy price for a lakeside castle, but no one bought it. Years went by. The price kept dropping and dropping, from $18 million down to $9.4 million in 2018. Still no buyers. Finally, it had to be reduced by another $4.4 million and struggled to be sold for about $5 million. Why would a 24,500 square foot mansion with lake frontage and exquisite architecture sell for so little? Why did it take over 12 years to sell? The answer perhaps lies in the terms of the sale contract. The house's famous real estate broker refused all interviews regarding the haunting issues. She tried to deflect, suggesting reporters should write about the community's pumpkin festival or Halloween instead of digging into the house's history. That concealment only reinforces the belief. The paranormal phenomena we know may not be all there is. Thank you for listening to the story of the Schweppe Mansion. What do you think about Charles's strange suicide note? And would you dare to live in such a large castle knowing it was abandoned for nearly 50 years? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I have many more fascinating haunted stories waiting to be told.